so numb, I can't feel anymore. Praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Always made my troubles feel so small, and you were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can, longing for the day when I see your face again. But until then, God must need another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight, singing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight.
When I come to the end of the road and the sun has set for me, I want no rights in a gloom-filled room. Why cry for a soul set free? Miss me a little, but not for long, and not with your head bowed low. Remember the love that once we shared. Miss me, but let me go. For this is a journey we all must take, and each must go alone. It's all part of the master plan, a step on the road to home. When you are lonely and sick at heart, go to the friends we know. Laugh at all the things we used to do. Miss me, but let me go. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come together this morning in remembrance of a very special person in our lives, Eugene Alps, a genuine, selfless, kind-hearted and stoic man who loved his own company, was happy in his own skin, but also was delighted when his grandchildren came into his life. On behalf of Eugene's loving daughter Trudy, her partner DJ and their dog Cyril, grandchildren Danielle, Sarah, Samantha deceased, Jessica and Emily, great-grandchildren Bethany, Rachel, Charlotte, Lincoln and Elijah, his brother Robert and sister-in-law Valda, and his nieces Mara and Dana. I welcome you and thank you for being with them today to celebrate his life and to say goodbye to him in a meaningful and loving way. I also welcome all those who are watching online this morning, having been unable to join us here, especially granddaughters Sarah and Emily, and friends and work colleagues in Katherine in the Northern Territory. As you all probably know, at the conclusion of this service, you are all warmly invited to join the family for lunch at the Beach Hotel in Wilson Street, Eugene's favourite place to dine out. Eugene was the type of man that would not want to be the centre of attention today. He would want little fuss and not too many tears. But his death does unite us all. You are all here because you have one thing in common. Your lives have been touched by the good fortune of having known Eugene. Today we stop the rush of life, pause for a while and reflect. Our service has many purposes. Of course, it is for the reverent farewell of a father, pop, great pop, brother, uncle, and friend. But it also recognises the value of his life and confirms that life has ended. It also helps you all to face the reality of his passing. Although we feel sadness, it is important to remember the good times and know that grief is a natural emotion when we lose someone we love. But ultimately, remembering the good times will bring the smiles back again. When we think about it, none of us have very long on this earth. Life is fleeting. Eugene's 74 years were lived with courage and determination. A self-professed whinger, he would whinge all day, every day, if he was allowed. Don't get him started on the flaws of Qantas, the greed of the large supermarkets, or the incompetence of the government. Crikey, you could never get away. But more than that, Eugene was a man who wanted to bring the best out in everyone, quietly assisting where he could, asking for nothing in return, never broadcasting his achievements to the world, simply going about his business with a stubborn positivity that impressed many. Eugene's daughter, Trudy, has written his eulogy, and her daughter, Jessica, will present it to us. Thank you, Jessica.
Dad and I spent many years apart, but for the last 12 years we were able to make peace and with the past and step forward into the new relationship, one in which he was delighted to spend time with his 5 grandchildren and equally delighted when the great-granddaughters and great-grandsons started arriving. After that, despite the difference, Dad travelled from his much-loved Katherine, home for over 30 years, down to Tasmania to spend as many special occasions with us as possible before he finally retired here in 2022. This is the period I refer to as living my best teenage years, as this was the first time Dad and I had lived together since I was 13. As an adult, it was interesting to see where some of my little quirks came from, such as starting many things but finishing only a few, or buying things I don't really need but going to great lengths to justify their needs. For both of us, it was a special time. We had many conversations that gave us greater understanding of each other and strengthened our relationships. Now, that's not to say we don't upset each other from time to time. When Dad started chopping down my much-loved trees in the backyard, he couldn't understand my sadness as I couldn't understand his reasoning for removing them. He would then let me know when he was planning to do something, and I would give him the sulky teenager reply of, "It's your house, Dad, do what you want to do," which he'd reply and say, "It's still about those trees, isn't it?" I'm sure I did many things to annoy Dad along the way, but he was too nice to say. That was Dad though. In these later years of lives, though he was well known for liking a good whinge, when it came to his family, he only wanted them to be happy, and he would do what he could to see that they were. He was a generous person to all that knew him. He offered whatever he could do in his quiet way. He never seeked acknowledgement, nor did he have expectations. As I was contacting people to let them know that he had passed away, I left each call with a smile, having learnt something new about Dad. His friend Anwar told me that he worked with Dad for 6 years, but the relationship had been much more than that. They had become friends beyond work, and Anwar valued Dad's advice and came to think of him as a father figure. I found that this is what Dad's friendships were, long-lasting and genuine. He accepted people for exactly who they were. Dad had a lifelong love of chess. He enjoyed his weekly visits to the Burnie chess clubs, and when he came home, I would ask him how his game went. The answer was always, "Fine," and I'd say, "Well, did you win?" And he'd give a small smile before saying, "Yes, I did." What he didn't share is that he was the reigning champion of the club's annual Lightning Championship. He wasn't one to bring attention to himself, which is why he may never have realised the hero's journey he walked in his life. You see, until his late 50s, he was an alcoholic, something that had been with him since his 20s. One day in his late 50s, he decided to stop drinking and then decided to get his security licence, which led to a well-paying, secure job, allowing him to purchase his first home in his 60s. During this time, he made a decision to reach out and reconnect with me and my family, which I imagine after 22 years would have been a very difficult thing to do. Then he became part of our lives, and though he would have never acknowledged it, I saw the hero's journey he had walked, coming back from a place many people never leave and recreating his life. I often say my dad is a simple man, but sometimes it is those that live simple lives that have the greatest stories that may never be told. My dad left a legacy that reaches out and says, "It's never too late to live. Life is waiting for you wherever you may find it. What matters is that you are good to those around you and that you find peace and happiness." Thank you for all you did, Dad. We love you very much, and we won't forget the gifts we've left you with.
Thank you, Jessica. Well done, Trudy. You have a beautiful way with words, as we'll hear later. There are tributes this morning as well, and the first tribute to Eugene is from his sister-in-law, Valda.
Hi, I'm Mara, talking on behalf of Eugene's brother, Robert, and my mum, Velda. I just wanted to talk briefly about a memory that I had with Eugene. My husband and I, Pete, we were up in Catherine, and we had let Eugene know that we were in Catherine and it would be great to catch up. We messaged him saying that we were in a laundromat. Lo and behold, 5 minutes later, someone was knocking on our car window, scaring the shit out of us. It was Eugene. We had the honour of Eugene taking us around Catherine, giving us a cultural experience at a backpackers with his friend, showing us how to use a didgeridoo. We then ended up at the pub for a raspberry cordial for him and Diet Cokes for us. It was great seeing what a valued member of the Catherine community he was, because multiple people came up to him throughout the time that we were there. Although he was a man of few words, the memories myself, Pete, Mum, Dad, and Dana, my sister, who's watching from Perth, have, they will always stay with us. And here are Dad's words. Many of you know that Eugene of today, quiet, reserved, and a man of few words. However, I'm going to share some memories of the young Eugene. In his youth, Eugene was a bit of a larrikin and a practical joker. My parents would go to work early in the morning. Being the older brother, he was left in charge. One morning, as I was getting ready for school and walking out the door, Eugene said, "Robert, "You have your shoes on the wrong way." Being in my early primary years, I immediately listened to him and changed them round. Off I went to school. I remember my shoes being really uncomfortable all day, especially the walk home. Arriving home and greeting my mum said, "Robert, why are you wearing your shoes the wrong way?" Eugene was snickering around the corner. Sorry. Another time, Eugene told our mum that he would love to take me to the roller skating rink so that my parents could have some quiet time. This happened on numerous occasions. Our parents were extremely proud of him, often commenting to him what a wonderful, caring brother he was. Little did he know that at the ice skating rink, he would ask the girls to take me around. This is how he picked up many of the girls. Often when Eugene's friends came around, he would get me to go to the corner shop or the deli before or after it had closed. I would often knock on the door of the shop owners and buy Rothman cigarettes. I would hand the cigarettes to Eugene, as he said he would give them to our mum. Yet again, I was oblivious. The cigarettes were actually for him and his friends. This stopped one day when our mum went to the shop to buy a packet of cigarettes. The shop owner said, "Wow, Robert only just bought a packet 30 minutes ago. That was quick." This was how our parents found out that Eugene had started smoking. As Eugene grew older, he mellowed like a fine wine. Goodbye, my brother. I will miss our regular phone chats about our favourite football team, the players and the games they played. Farewell and go Crows.
Thank you, Mara. Thank you for a beautiful tribute. And yes, go Crows. Another tribute this morning from lifelong friend John Hennessy.
G'day everyone. I first met Eugene when I started high school in Adelaide. Everybody actually called him Huey, and that's how we still refer to him. He was a very smart student and did well at school, better than me. I pulled out in Year 9. Nevertheless, we stayed in touch and hung around together with my other mates in Felixstowe, which is a suburban housing trust area. That's where he would have met Trudy's mum, Jane, who lived with us just down the road from Graham, another friend with whom he has kept in touch with. I'm sure Graham would have been here if he wasn't overseas. Huey and I knocked around after he finished school and got his driver's licence. That must have been around 67 or 68. We used to borrow his father's car on occasion and hoon around Adelaide, having drags and going sideways. In March 1968 we went to a dance and afterwards offered two girls a lift home. After dropping them off, we were going down Main North East Road at Windsor Gardens at 110 kilometres an hour in a 60 zone when we went sideways into a huge pole and broke the car into two pieces. There were no seatbelts in those days. Huey ended up with a severe concussion and I had a fractured femur and skull and concussion. After a while we both healed up and went back to work, although I can't remember what Huey was doing. It might have been with SA Rail. After about a year later, I took on a wool classing course in night school for a year and then practical training in the shearing sheds. So as I was out bush most of the time, we lost contact. We didn't hear from each other for about 50 years until I attended Catherine and Gavin Kargan's wedding in 2017. There was a Latvian bloke there and I asked him if he went to the Latvian club, which he did. "Do you know a Jefimovs?" I said, and he said, "Yes, there's a Jefimovs here." It was Robert, Huey's younger brother. It was amazing. We hugged each other and everyone was gobsmacked at this meeting. So naturally I got Huey's details and eventually he came to stay with us in Brisbane for a couple of weeks. He was working in Katherine at the time and had been for many years. Eventually, we'd both retired and Huey was living in Burnie. In February 2023, he came to Brisbane and stayed with us again. He had some health problems and ended up in a local hospital for a short time. Also in April, Huey was driving to the Northern Territory to catch up with his mates, and my wife Cheryl and I were doing a van trip around South Australia, so we caught up with him in Coober Pedy for a meal. Huey showed his generosity by shouting us our meals, and later he sent a large selection of Tassie cheeses and chocolates to us in Brisbane. We didn't see him after Coober Pedy, but did keep in regular contact by phone. I often think of him, and I start to pick up the phone, and then I realise.
Thank you, John. And another tribute that I am honoured to present on behalf of his friend Tony Venn. And Tony has written, I knew Eugene for 10 years. I met him at a mutual friend's Christmas party. Eugene used to give more than what you asked for. He was a very generous person who would give you the shirt off his back if you needed it. He was a cherished friend. I remember a time when I was putting some windows in his home and I needed a nail gun to finish off the project. So I went down to Bunnings with Eugene and he paid for the nail gun for me without a second thought. That's just the type of guy that he was. He will be remembered fondly and greatly missed. Thank you, Tony. We now have the privilege of viewing photographs that have been chosen that depict aspects of Eugene's life. The song that's been chosen to go with these is Take It Easy by the Eagles. What a lovely collection and beautiful memories that you have. I feel incredibly honoured to present to you the poem that is in your service sheet, having only realised this morning that Trudy actually wrote this poem. I said to her the other day what a wonderful wordsmith she is, and this truly exemplifies that. Trudy has written, "I think about heaven and I wonder what happens when I'm not there. Do things stay the same, or is there movement in the air? Do the leaves know the season? And do I understand every reason? Are the rainbows brighter? Does the air feel lighter? Do the birds sing the same sort of song? Have I been hearing heaven all day long? Do the waves touch the shore gently? Are the people there always friendly? Do dogs still love me? Do the trees still see me? Do I eat fairy floss freely? Do stars shine brighter in the sky? Do tears ever glisten in my eye? I think about heaven and I wonder what happens when I'm not there. I can't quite remember, and some days I think that's not fair. So I look around me and I try to imagine it as something I can begin to see here. Create a place living just beyond the thing we call fear. And I wonder, Dad, about you. Are you waiting there for me too? Or have you already come back here? Because I still feel you so near, like you're reaching out through the air, the slight breeze that brushes my hair. And somehow I know that I'm never alone as I walk through this great unknown, dreaming of heaven and wondering what happens when I'm not there. Truly beautiful, Trudy. Well done. We're going to pause for a moment and place petals and say our quiet goodbyes to Eugene. While we're doing this, I invite you to reflect on the place that he holds in your heart and the memories that you're going to cherish forever.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Why'd you have to leave so soon, yeah? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most? 'Cause I don't really know how to tell you I'm feeling much worse. I know you're in a better place, but it's always going to hurt. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. Ooh. It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How do I breathe without you? Feeling so cold. I've been waiting right here till the day you're going home. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. Ooh. So let the lights guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead your home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Ooh, when I see you again. Ooh.
When I have gone, cry for me a little, think of me sometimes, but not too much. Think of me now and again as I was in life. At some moments, it's pleasant to recall, but not for long. Leave me in peace, and while you live, let your thoughts be with the living. It is now time to lay a dearly loved father, cherished pop and great pop, and a loyal friend and a beautiful brother to rest. Would you all please stand if you are able? Eugene, may your love be reflected in all who knew you, and may you continue to live on through the lives of those you leave behind. Thank you for your friendship and loyalty, for the good times and the difficulties that have provided the opportunity for change and transformation. Thank you for the legacy you have left, for your determination and resilience, your guidance and your love. Thank you for being you. And so your kind and generous nature we commit to our memories. Your love, humour and friendship we commit to our hearts. Your body we commit to its end with nature. You are no longer bound by this world, but a part of it. No longer tied to one place or to one time, but free. And so we ask that you go now with all our love as tenderly and reverently we yield your body to be cremated. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, at the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we will remember you. At the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, at the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of the autumn, we will still remember you. Thank you for all that you were and all that you gave. Love and light to you on this your final journey. Eugene, your life we honour, your departure we accept, your memory we cherish. And although there is sadness today as we say goodbye, there is also gratitude for your life. We are truly grateful for the privilege of having shared life with you. But rest now at the end of your days. Rest in the hearts and minds of all those who love you. And so, with love, we shall leave you in peace, and with respect, we bid you a fond farewell.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Yeah, there will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me.